Bohemian Rhapsody, obviously to coincide with the new movie, which is fantastic. Trivia point, the guy who plays John Deacon in the new movie is actually the kid from Jurassic Park. That blew my mind when I first heard that. So there's some movie trivia for you. We're just covering the riff section in this part, the headbanging part from Wayne's World. If you want the rest of this tutorial, let me know in the comments below. You know, if it gets enough views, we'll do a part 2 and a part 3 on this one. But it is 6 minutes long, so you know, let's take this one bit at a time and let's go for the main section first of all. So we start off with a B flat power chord, which is 6th fret, power chord shape. And then the key of this bit, you know, if this song has a key, it would be in E flat, this part, for the riff section, which goes. Now, people who follow my lessons regularly are going to find this quite tricky, perhaps not only because it's long, because it's 6 bloody minutes long, but because of this hand position that has to be in this shape for pretty much all of this section and a lot of this song. You know, because we're doing riffage on this thickest string, but it's single notes. We have to have this position rather than this position, which we might do for a more, you know, minor pentatonic based one or a more open power chords one. So little finger on 6th fret, 3, 4, 6, 3, 5, 6. I'm using alternate picking all throughout. You know, whichever one it happens to go on, you know, it's not too fast this part. That last part. Tab that I'm using as a guide for this tutorial, I'll link to in the description below. First section happens again, then just move all that second part up 2 frets, starting at 8th fret and going to 5th fret. One more time, but we're going to be moving on in this tutorial because it is pretty advanced. It's Bohemian Rhapsody after all, so this isn't a beginner-friendly tutorial really. Let's rattle through this. Then back to that B flat power chord. So you think you can stop me. And a little riff in there, which I didn't used to play until I listened to the record and analysed this song a little bit more. Then this awesome riff. That is 8th fret, and a little flick off there. So 8, 6, 8, 6, but the last 6 is a flick off. 8th fret, 4th fret, then 1st finger with some vibrato at 6th fret on the 3rd string. So you think you can love me and leave me to die. That was B, E flat, also at 6th fret, and then down to 4th fret. All of these power chords you could do just as 2 strings or 3 strings, or even play with your 1st and little finger. Doesn't really matter. Personal preference should be your choice there. Then, so it's a 4th fret power chord to 3rd fret to 1st fret. To 1st fret power chord, a string down, so 6th string root note, 5th string root note. And let's have a recap to that section, because that's an awful lot of info. Certainly following the tab and of course knowing the recording really, really well, so you could kind of sing all of the guitar parts in your mind before you attempt this is pretty crucial to be able to nail this song. So we did. Okay, so I'm presuming that part's nailed, and we're going to go from this little power chord section. So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye. Okay, we had a little. That's 6th fret to 5th fret. 6th fret power chord, 5th string root note. 4th fret power chord. 4th fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret, 1st fret. And then we're going to go between those two. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here. Okay, but in between those bits, we would have. Okay, a couple of little riffs there, which are fantastic. This first one, deceptively tricky. So I would do that one with a slide, pick, 5th fret, flick off, and then try and get back to that F as quickly as you can. Very tricky. And then slide to 5th. Just gotta get right out of here. Same as we did before. All of that section, most intermediate and pushing towards the advanced level guitarist can do. This next bit is much trickier to do up to speed. If you learn it slowly and learn it correctly, you will get it, because there's actually always a pattern between each of these quicker riffs, and as soon as you get that pattern, you learn it really quickly. If you don't spot the pattern, it can be a bit of a headache. But let's have a look at this next section. So we have 9th fret, 11th fret and 13th fret. And all of these go in patterns basically. So this one goes up 3 notes, back 1, up 3 notes, back 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you've never covered major scale patterns before, like a pattern of 3 notes, particularly with the major scale, because we get 3 notes per string often. Highly recommend that if you struggle with anything in this section, just quickly. Then we line up with the 3rd and little finger at 11th and 12th fret. So I would think of that as these 2 notes on the thickest string, these 3 notes on the next string, 2 and then 2. Try and see that pattern. And importantly, we keep going up until we get to the 3rd string. 4th string, and that's where it goes back on itself. You're just going ascending until you get to string 4. Next part, a bit more of a stretch down at the 4th fret, 1st finger at 3rd fret, but we're starting. Four, 6, 3, 4, all the way up. So kind of like the first 5 notes of a major scale. Then, 1st, middle finger, 1st, little 1st. So from there, that was just ascending, so that should be alright for most people. But then, and then a different pattern for this final one. So that last one was 1, 2, 3 from 6th fret, like first 3 notes of the major scale, position 1. again, it's major scale patterns that you want to be looking at if you haven't done anything like this before. Kind of 3 notes going up, back 1, 3 notes, back 1, 3 notes, back 1. Doing the same on the way back down as well, but doing it ascending. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is a great warm up and a great exercise to be able to nail this section. Let's have a recap. Then we would be on to the next section, but let me know if that's something that you need, because I think that's the best and trickiest section. We can do the solo and then we can do the last bit, but let me know in the comments if that's something you want from, you know, my lessons, you know, and that I can appreciate that this is quite advanced compared to the stuff that I'd normally go for. So let me know if this is something you want to see. We've got more Queen tutorials coming soon though. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already.